Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. So guess what, guys? We made it to 2,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for everybody who has supported me along the way. We got people checking in. I know this is kind of a go live at the last moment type situation, but we got Brian from Green Bay checking in. We got Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps checking in. Guys, we're streaming on kick.com/kick Craps Master Journey, as well as on YouTube here. And again, it is 2,000 subscribers. Guys, I have grown probably the slowest of all the Craps channels, but it has been quite the journey so far. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Brian. But anyhow, guys, we're going to try to roll out 100 rolls tonight. Good morning, Brian. Or afternoon, Brian. Hawaii Crap Shores, thank you very much. But we're going to try to do 100 rolls tonight. And guys, as we're going tonight, it's going to be a fun night. I'm going to try to obviously roll the dice well. We're playing along a Crapsee. The code on the screen is wrong. Let me change that really quick as we are sitting here, if I can get it set and talk at the same time. But as we go through tonight, guys, ask questions. Ask me anything that you want to know, anything that might strike you as curious or whatever. But we got the code Z3P5U8. And let's lead out that last code there. And hopefully that will look decent there. There we go. That should work. But ask away, guys. Ask questions. Anything about craps that about my journey. Ask about things that go on in my life, what I do for work, about my family. Pretty much anything's fair game here. And if I can't answer it or won't answer it, I will tell you guys that as well. We got Buckeye Slim checking in here. Your eyes do not deceive you. It is a nice night session here with CMJ. It is a level up program, a blue collar craps program, but it is also a 2,000 subscriber thank you party here. So we got Buckeye says he's the slowest for growth for sure. I find that the more knowledgeable you are and the more dry that you are, the slower you grow. So hopefully that means I'm knowledgeable, and that means that I am, I don't know, whatever. Anyhow, good morning, Red. Red is talking. I'm saying morning, guys, like it's morning, but it's actually 7:30 at night in Wisconsin, and Red's coming to us from Michigan. So anyhow. So first question comes from Mike. He asked, where do I work? I work for a company that makes liquid smoke. They take water, thank you, John, thank you, Danny. They take water and they run it through these big reactors, and it accumulates smoke produced by wood chips. And people use it like in meat products like Burger King or your Swanson Foods chicken, stuff like that. The actual product that I make is actually a smoked oil, and it's actually the oil that they use for shake and bake chicken. So that was the recipe. I'm one of only 3 people that actually make that product in the entire world for shake and bake chicken. So kind of neat. Even though I don't work for Shake and Bake, I work for a different company, which I really should not announce on the air here, so I'm not going to. But that is the answer to the first question. We're going to start off here, guys, with a 3236 dice set. Good morning, Tommy Tizizo. We're going to start with the 3236. We're going to go from stick left 1. And again, we're just going to have fun tonight. We're going to try to get 100 rolls in. Thank you, Ryan. Try to get 100 rolls in. Ryan from Mark to Point, by the way, guys, started not too long ago, and he is blowing me away. He's on the way to the 3,000 mark here. So John used liquid smoke all the time as a chef back in the day. You know, the recipe for that, John, is a 5-gallon bucket of water for a tablespoon of smoke. That's how concentrated the stuff is that we actually make. So you can cook with liquid smoke on food. You can. A lot of the products that we make, they actually spray in the outside of food, like the casings of sausages or hot dogs. Some people soak it into food. It's a variety of different uses. In fact, I don't even know the uses because they keep everything top secret. It's pretty much them and the customer. We just make the stuff. But anyhow, 3236 is coming out. Let's look for a point today. We have a $2,000 bankroll, and I'm doing a special bankroll for tonight, $2,000 for 2,000 subscribers. And we're going to start off with a 4-4 hard 8 square pair. So 8 will be our first point. And KPI roll tracker is engaged. That is awesome to see. That is working. Let's get that in. Oh, we forgot to put out bets here, guys. I'm going to be practicing as if it is a $15 table down in Joliet, because I'll be going on there February 17th. That's coming up pretty soon here. So I'm going to go 555 in the ATS, $6 craps check, $25 pass line bet. Hopefully everybody was playing good here. And being honest, as we go here, or as we started off the day here, 4-4 hard 8 is the first point. And that's a primary hit on the bottom of the dice. So John says 1 drop in a gallon of ketchup, Buckeye, for starter barbecue sauce. That is exactly right, John. That stuff is potent. Who are you guys buying a gallon for? It says, thank you, Ryan, for the compliment. It's not competition to you. You know what? None of us are competition to each other, because we all offer something special to this craps community, which is just a remarkable community in itself. And we all bring something extra to the community. And if you're threatened by anybody else, just do it better than them. That's what my motto is here. Thank you, Brian, for the compliments there. But anyhow, I'm going to go 160 across. And that is going to be $25 on a 4, 5, 9, and 10. It's $30 on a 6. And we're going to call that all bets set here. Dice out. We got 16 people watching right now on YouTube. We got 3 people on Kick. Alfredo's checking in on Kick. Yeah, Alfredo's asking if I'm a Bears fan. In the chat on YouTube, let everybody know if I'm a Bears fan or not. He is being funny here now. 3-2, 3-6, dice out. And we got a 3-2 Justice 5. That is Justice Jen showing up in the CMJ dungeon. So he wants to know why I'm a Bears fan. I love saying the Bears still suck. And he says, I still seem to have the secret to the 7, mind sharing to how to toss them for those who want it on to come out. Yes, that would be, I'll share it to you guys on February 17th when I come down to Joliet. But anyhow, we have 3-2-5. We're going to press that. We're going to do 22 inside pressure here. Actually, 17 inside pressure, 16 inside pressure. No, that'd be 21, 10, and 6 is 16. 16 pressure on the inside. We'll pick up $15 in pass line odds. And Buckeye Slim says that I'm a martial artist and competitive or recreational. I was in a style of martial arts called Combat Aikido. It's by the International Combat Aikido Federation. And I actually got the 3rd degree black belt, and I have not done any martial arts now for a little over 10 years. But I did practice it between 6 to 7 days a week. And although it was more of a for my job, because I was a head security officer, actually a supervisor for 2 hospitals and 26 clinics here in Wisconsin. And I taught over 1,000 people over an 8-year period how to do defense and arrest tactics, management of aggressive behavior, verbal de-escalation, those types of things. So I used a lot of my martial arts skills on the job as a security officer. I also did do some competitive fighting, for lack of better terms, karate style fighting. And I would be lying if I told you maybe about 15, 20 years ago, I was actually ranked #1 in the state in the heavyweight division for that type of stuff. So let's go again. 3-2, 3-6. We'll throw another throw and we'll check for another question here. We'll go all bets set. We're going to be a little bit slow on Crapsee here today, guys. Again, we're just about having fun. It's going to be a couple-hour stream, a lot longer than I normally go. And we have a 1, 4, 5 horse and buggy. So 5 is an early strong number here. Again, we're going to do inside pressure. And we'll look for one more box, and then we're going to come down to 96 across once we get that next hit here. Actually, we'll go to 66 inside once we get that next hit. So we're going to go inside pressure 1 unit. So the 4 and 10 are still at $30. We're going to go, whoops, I did a cross bet. That's not supposed to be $30. We're supposed to inside pressure. Okay, we got the 4 and 10 at 25. We get the 35. We got 5 and 9 at 35. 6 at 42. We have $15 in pass line odds. So Brian, no way. Bears, he said. Jordan, love all the way. All we need is a little bit of love, is what they say up in Wisconsin. Thank you for the compliment there, Brian. EF, good morning. He goes, did you develop iron fingers over the year? No, I did not. Although I had a pretty strong punch, I had a pretty strong method. The style of martial arts that I do is actually, it's very similar to what you might see in the UFC type style fighting. We did a lot of stand-up fighting. We did a lot of ground fighting. We did a lot of weapon disarming type things, handguns, knives, swords, whatever, those types of things. So it was a very diversified system. It was basically the traditional Hapkido system. My grandmaster analyzed the entire thing and then threw out everything that does not apply to today's standards. So the traditional system, they would kick people off of horses. Well, I don't see too many people other than parts of the United States riding around on horses. So they threw that out. And then what he did is he took that system and he said, okay, what's missing now? And then he went to the best in the world at whatever it was. So, for example, the ground grappling, he went to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu people and learned their styles and took the best of what they had to offer and put it into our system. So those types of things. We did a lot of pressure point fighting, using people's pressure points against them as we strike them. Steven Seagal does a similar, style very similar to what I do. Danny, except Steven Seagal does a system called Aikido, which is the Chinese version, I believe, of what I do. Mine was more Korean-based. His was Chinese-based. So very similar. But when you watch Steven Seagal do his moves, he actually does the same types of moves as what I do, but he throws the people away from him to create distance. My style does the same moves, but it brings them right down to my feet, and then I'll throw some kind of lock or pressure point or something on the ground to keep them on the ground, to make them hurt, but not to hurt them, if that makes sense. So anyhow, we'll go all bet set here. Dice out, 3, 2, 3, 6. And we have another 5, a 2, 3, 5, Justice 5. 5 is hot. So that's going to be enough to get out of the shooter. We are only 4 rolls in, and we already made our profit off of this shooter. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our bets down. We're going to go to 66 inside. Remember, I'm practicing for a $15 table in Juliet. I have $120 brought back to the rack, 88 on the table currently because I have an ATS bet. Thank you, Sarge, for the compliment. Sarge is one person that I would love to meet in real life. I've talked to him one or two times offline, or behind the scenes, but somebody who is probably one of the best throwers at the table in the United States here. So thank you very much, Sarge. So John says, in other words, if you're feeling your oats at the craps table, make sure Joe's on your team. I usually don't jump into the situation unless I have to, John. And in fact, it's usually the small guys like you who usually start the shit with me. But everybody else stays away thinking, hey, that guy's pretty big. I'm not going to deal with him. So, too funny. Hey there, Crappy Campers checking in on Kick. That'd be Brian. We also got Ben, Wisco 330. I thought you dropped the 330, my friend. That's what Alfredo was giving us crap about today. So anyhow, we'll go 3, 2, 3, 6. Sticking with this our 3V set is treating us good. We'll go all bets set here and dice out. A little bit long on that throw, but we got a 6, 4, 10. That's Waylon's best friend weighing it in. Daddy Joe. So we hit one of the outside numbers. Unfortunately, it does no help for me, no good for me, except for that ATS bet. On the ATS bet, we've only hit 3 numbers so far. John, let me start it. Nah, that's too funny. Anyhow, with this dice set, we're throwing the 3V dice set, the 3236. I'm looking for either a 3 or 2 on top of one of the dice. The other one, I don't care what it is. John, that's too funny. You're very, very welcome there, Sarge. Where respect is deserved, it is given. So I give you that. So Ben says, nope, I dropped the inside part, but that was a long time ago. I guess I never really noticed that. But anyhow, we're going to stay with our same bet here. We'll go all bet set. We are up to 15 people watching on YouTube, which is lower than my normal. I'm sure everybody does not expect me to go live at night. So we'll go all bet set here, 3236. And we have a 415. Guys, you should be hopping those 5s. I'm not, but you should, because that is our, how many 5s is that? Is that 5 5s? Or is that 4? That's 4 5. One more will be a repeater win on this bet, on this shooter. And that'd be amazing if we could get a repeater win on the 5 within 7 rolls. That would be totally amazing. But we're gonna put $15 on that 4 now. Actually, we're gonna put it at 10. 4 has been a low hitting number for me lately. Although when I went live earlier with Alfredo, I actually hit it a couple times. Thank you, Jim, for the congratulations. Again, 3236 is our dice set. And again, we're looking for either a 3 or a 4 on top of the dice when we're done rolling. And so far, we've hit that pretty much on every roll, a 3 or a 4 on top. Obviously, I'm not looking for both of them, but anyhow, guys, again, ask questions. Ask me about different things, about craps, about my life, about anything you want to know. Just shut them out there and we'll try to give you some answers. This is a fun session. This is a thank you to all of you guys who've been supporting me along the way. Guys, also, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. Let's see if we get to 3,000 subscribers in the next month, so that way I can actually start catching up to the people who started at the same time as me. So if you guys don't remember or don't know, John and Jeff and myself, John from Pro Craps, Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps, and myself, we all started within a month of each other. And it's been an awesome journey for all of us so far, thus far. 3236 is the dice that we're going to stick with. And dice out. A little short on that landing zone this time. This time we got a 369 center field 9. They'll say shooter hit the back wall because the right die came up a little bit short, but we are going to count it. So we're going to put another $15 on a 4 this time. So now we are at that 96 across bet level. And now from here, I'm going to start doing my trend betting, and we're going to start betting taking our bets up in that. So Danny's asking, he says, Joe, what all game do you hunt for? I primarily hunt for deer around the area here. When I grew up as a teenager, my dad used to take me doing some small game hunting, which would be like rabbits and pheasants and stuff like that. But I've pretty much given that up. I hunt primarily for whitetail deer now. And I'll do, during the bow hunting season, I'll actually use a crossbow. And this year I actually shot a really nice buck with a crossbow, but as soon as I got it all field dressed, the neighbor actually came over and claimed the deer on me, which is a long story I'm not going to really get into. Not a happy story. But 3236 or 3236 is going to be our dice set. And then for gun hunting, I do the same. My son, although he's hunter of everything, he does small game hunting. He's an awesome goose hunter, duck hunter. He is almost a professional level goose and duck caller, and he's only 20 years old. So I mean, it's just amazing how far he's come on his own on that. Thank you, Craig, and I'm glad that you stopped in here. So. So hopefully that answers the hunting question. I've been hunting every year now, except for 2 years since I've been 13 years old. So I've been hunting for 41 years minus 2, so 39 years I've been hunting. So it's been an amazing thing. And the cool thing is that my kids are doing it now with me, so it's kind of coming full circle, and they're becoming the professionals at that type of stuff. So 3, 2, 3, 6. And we got us another 639 center field 9. So we're definitely seeing some repeat dice combinations here. We are 8 rolls in. We've hit 4 different numbers. Most of them have been that 5. So we're going to press that 9 up to the 9 and 5 up to $25. So that first press will be a sister press. Good morning, Fuzzy. Thank you very much. And guys, I use morning as an interchangeable term. For those of you who don't know, I work a third shift job. I've been working third shift for over half of my adult life here. And so morning is whenever I wake up. So it could be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it could be 10 o'clock at night, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning. It depends on what day it is. And working third shift for so long, it's one of those situations where you fall asleep whenever it's time to go to sleep. And yeah, so I've been hunting since the age of 2. Thank you there, Buckeye. I'm a little bit older than that. I'm 54 years old this year. I was 54 years old this year. So yeah, let's call it all bets set here. Hunting chipmunks at that age. It is funny. I remember actually when I was younger, like 5, 6 years old, with my dad hunting, and he would go out hunting. He was not a very good hunter, but he loved hunting. And we always had guns in the house, but they were always behind the back door, and we knew we didn't touch them. So we were all very, very, very safe and very respectful to those things. So 3, 2, 3, 6 stays out. And we got a 314. Guys, put it in the chat. What is the 314? That is the Big Joe from Crapsee Journey. So we got a 4. I'm glad we picked that number up. And that's going to allow us to bring that 4 and 10 up to $25. So far, we have brought back to the rack $210. And we have got 158 on the table, so we're definitely in the profit on this shooter. If you guys watch along in the morning, I do a thing called Blue Collar Craps, which is where if I can get up $100 for the day, then that is usually what my win goal is, between $100 and $150, and then normally I would walk away from the table. When I'm doing my live stream, sometimes I just stop betting. Sometimes I'm stupid and I continue. But if I took all the money off the table right now, I'd be up $210 off of the shooter here so far. So again, 3, 2, 3, 6. Every number we've thrown so far has had a 3 or 4 on top, so that is awesome sight. Good morning, Boojay Way. Thank you very much. So I'm a Big Mac hard 9. That's a little personal question there, Buckeye. So let's go. All that's set here, and dice out. So if you guys haven't checked out kick.com, check it out. Alfredo's on there. I'm on there. John's on there with the Casino Gaming TV. And Arnell's on there with his Dice Grinders Wednesday Night Fantasy League. Slightly long on that landing zone there, guys. But we got a 3-2-5, Justice 5. So that should be a repeater bet win. And that it is. Awesome. So what a hell of a first roll to be having here, guys. We hit double digits on our first roll for the night for our 2,000 thank you subscriber show. So that was a 5. We're going to go to $35 on that 5. We're just going to start trend betting that number up now as we go. He meant his age. Too funny. I am actually, I'm going to be 54 in April, so a couple more months. So 3, 2, 3, 6. And some days I feel like I'm 90 years old, and some days I wish I was 18 again. So, but anyway, we'll go all bet set here. 3, 2, 3, 6. I'm using a Yuri style grip today. And it seems like when I'm shooting for stick left, the Yuri works better for me. When I'm shooting for stick right, I use the 3-finger front par style grip. Slightly long again, and our roll comes to an end. The dice did cross. We have a 2, 5, 7, ouch. So that was a profitable roll for me. We made, come on, Crapsee, tell me how much I made here. $77 off of that roll. So again, blue collar crap style, nothing big. I'm not looking for that home run, but I will definitely take it if it comes. So ask questions, guys, ask away. $25 pass line bet. We're gonna go 555 on the ATS. And we're gonna go $4 craps check. So Buckeye's gonna head to his table and start doing his betting. Red is hopping to 5s, and that last one was a 2-5-7. So that was a single pitch of one die and an implosion of the other die. One of the things I've been working on behind the scenes as well as online here, guys, is working on the dice setting thing. I'm trying to get the rhythm rolling set by George from CY down path. And I'll be coming out with a black belt video in a couple weeks here, and I'm going to explain in more detail, hopefully in a way that everybody understands how the rhythm rolling is done. We've used that chart from George from CY, and I'll switch over that really quick. I've used this chart in the past. This is kind of a matrix or a thing from George, and it's a good thing. It's kind of complex to look at, but it's a good thing to use as a base when you're trying to set your dice and figure out what sets will work out best for what. Good morning, Durcell. EF goes propers to George from CY. I agree. But anyhow, I'm working on the rhythm rolling setup, and we'll be explaining in more detail in the days or weeks to come here on how I do it. George is excellent at it, and he explains it well, but I'm trying to break it down so the blue collar individual will understand it and make it easier to follow when you're at the table. So dice out. Dice land, they split apart. We have an ace deuce Alfredo sauce. 1, 2, 3. So that is a pass line loser, unless you have a craps check or some other comparable bet out there. So I'm actually gonna win a couple dollars off of this one. And Alfredo put a little request out the other day. I won $3 off that one, by the way. Put out a little request the other day. He was looking for different logos and things that he could put either on T-shirts or hats. And one of the things came up with an Alfredo sauce. So if you haven't checked his live out, I think it was yesterday, his live that he did around 5 p.m. Central Time. I sent him actually a logo. It was pretty funny. With the Alfredo sauce thing. It was him wearing a chef's hat with the Craps Nation dice with the 1, 2, 3 set, and a couple other things that were on there. It was pretty cool. So, so Sarge uses that chart a lot. Great. Yeah. Buckeye says about the double pitch of the dice. Big thing with the double pitching of the dice, according to George, is the location of your middle finger on the front of the dice. So if it's off center, he says that causes that double pitch quite a bit. I think it's part of that. I also think it's part of how the dice land. And if you're off a little bit with your landing zone day, you might have an extra half of a rotation with your spin and that. So that's one of the things I play around with also is that landing zone. But the other day, if you're watching, I actually had a ton of double pitches. So I just changed my set around because there's no change in mechanics that day. Just whatever it did, it happened to be a double pitch. Again, we're gonna go 3, 2, 3, 6, and we'll go all bet set. So that is one thing I would wish I knew a little bit more about, is hosting people on the table, because I could bring people in when I'm doing my lives, but I don't know how to do that much, so dice out. And we have another Alfredo sauce, 213, 2 of them in a row. Again, we are throwing repeatable numbers today. Sometimes they're not the numbers that I'm looking for, but they are repeatable. So that again pays out on that craps check. That is for the ATS there. So EF is saying if they double pitch, toss slower and stay with the dice longer. And guys, that's what this Craps Master journey is all about. It's about us coming together as a community and working on trying to improve not only our shooting the dice at the table, but also our betting as well. So Buckeye Slim is saying with this hardware set, roll the right die forward or backwards once. And that is 100% accurate. That we'll go to it really quick here. I know all of you guys know this already, but we're just going to do this really quick here, just for my shits and giggles. But with that double, with the hardware set, let's say we got the 5-4-5-4. Any double pitch is going to be a 7. So you get the 5-2-4-3-2, 5, and 3-4. So what Buckeye is saying is he just rolls it here. So if he's double pitching a lot, that way he's not going to get that 7 because it's a single pitch. And that's what I worry with that. Hardware set is if I'm double pitching a lot, that single roll forward or backwards, I'm always scared that it's going to be single pitching because one of my normal throws is 1 dice off axis and a single pitch. So that is one thing that scares me with that. If I'm double pitching, I try to do, I don't know, something different. But anyway, we're going to go 3-2-3-6. We're going to stick with that set. It's been treating us well so far. We're going to go all bet set. We're still looking for a point on shooter number 2. Good morning and good afternoon, good evening, Arnell. So I had heard that Arnell and the crew were out in Joliet today. I had heard some of the results. A little short on the landing zone there, guys. The dice crossed and they came back together. We have a 4-6-10. Again, that is Waylon's best friend, Wayne at end. This time it's Big Ben, though. So, Arnell, if you want to share how well you guys did not do this morning. You're welcome, Buckeye. We got Bar Mix checking in on Kick. We got Fuzzy over there as well. Bar Mix goes, go Iron Fingers grip. So let's roll this dice back. We'll go 4 on the inside. We'll go 6 on the inside. Gives us a 2V in the top. Upside down, 2-4, 2-6. 10 is our point. We're going to go 160 cross bet level. That's going to be 25 on a 4-5 and 9. $30 on a 6 and 8. No pass line odds. And we have $2 brought back to rack so far. Let's go all bet set. Dice out. So yeah, Bar Mix, that was a chart that George from CY came up with a while back, and I had followed that chart for a while, and then I actually analyzed it quite a bit, and I had a way of, and let me see if I can pull that up really quick here, guys. I'm going to switch over to a different screen here and see if I can pull that up the way I did it. There you go. I simplified it so you guys can take a screenshot of this, which is essentially the same thing as what George had on his chart, except I did it kind of like a question and answer, yes, no, a matrix type thing. So I did it with are your rolls mostly off axis? Yes, and then if they are, then it goes through another set of questions, and that tells you exactly what to do with the different sets. And if they're not off axis, 1 die, then you can go through the next set of questions there. So hopefully that also helps you as well. And again, that's the same thing. That's the same thing as George's chart. It's just that I went through and I simplified it to blue collar terms, and that's kind of what I want to do with the rhythm rolling as well. Take what George is teaching, try to master it, or at least get it down so it's understandable, and then go through and make it blue collar terms like. So 2-4, 2-6, dice out. Yeah, we got a 5-6 mid-mo. Yo, that's Cheeto coming to us from above. So we're hitting the sister number there. We hit the ace deuce a couple times. Now we got the opposite side of the dice. And for those of you who are not quite as familiar with the dice net, you know, the opposite of a 3 is going to be the 11, opposite of a 2 is a 12, opposite of 4 is a 10. Just remember, look at your table, split it in half, fold it over in half, and when one roll numbers, the other number's on the bottom. So if we have a 5, 6 on top, you roll them over, there's your ace deuce that we rolled a couple times in the beginning of the shooter. So we did, oh, I forgot, I got to enter that in. I hit the wrong button here. So let's go, that was a 5, 6. There we go, now it's on a KPI. So that does nothing for our bets. We had a 5, 6 on the front, we'll go 5 on the inside, we'll go 6 on the inside, because it's a 3V in the bottom, 4, 5, 4, 6. And we'll call that all bet set. Dice out. And we got a 5, 5, hard 10, Old Bay Bushel. So Craig showed up early in the chat here. He's showing up on the table now with that hard 10. Not a hard 9, Buckeye, it's a hard 10. So Arnell's saying a lot of short rolls today for everybody. You can't win more on the light side like that. Had decent rolls, but fighting back from the red, no good. Walked away with his tail between the legs. Yeah, I heard it was rough going. RG went to 3 different casinos and it was not very good throughout. By the way, that was our point that we hit, so we're going to be looking for a new point. Again, we have the $25 pass line bet. We're going to go $4 craps check. Our ATS is still intact. And Alfredo's asking Buckeye why he doesn't do Wednesday night fantasy league. I'm guessing that was it. I would love to do that, but I have to work at night every Wednesday night when it's being offered. But I would love to do that. If you guys haven't checked that out on Dice Grinder's channel, every Wednesday night, I believe at 7 o'clock Central Time. I think it's 7 o'clock, isn't it, or no? He goes live, and he's usually about 5 to 6 or so people playing on their own tables, rolling it out in front of everybody, and then Arno actually plays it on Crapsee as well. So let's go all bet set here. Looking for a new point. Nice out. And a little bit of a roll away there, but we have a 2, 4, 6. That's a Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. Those of you who don't know Kevin the Carpenter, he's relatively new to the community, who is a full-time carpenter, and he had requested this last week or 2 weeks ago that if we can name that 246 after him. So if you have a creator channel, every time you roll that 24, make sure you mention Kevin the Carpenter. We're going to take that $30 off the 6. We're going to put $25 on the 10. That's a buy bet. We're going to do 22 or 1 unit inside pressure. So the 5 and 9 looks like $30 now. 36 on that 8. Let's go $15 pass line odds. And we're going to take these dice, roll them back towards us, put 2 on the inside, 4 on the inside, cross 6s on the top. Now, 6, 2, 6, 4. So I'll be looking for either a 6 or a 1 on top going through with this. And let's go all bet set. Dice out. They split apart on me, but we have a 2-2 hard 4. That is the Ian double deuce. They landed tight. They came down. They split apart. They knocked off of each other. That usually produces a bad result, but we got lucky that time. So again, guys, in the chat, make sure you throw questions at me. Ask me questions. I don't care what they are. Let me know what you think, what you're thinking, what you want to know. We're going to go back to that 3-2, 3-6. And that last one was a 4. So we're going to do one more time inside pressure. 1 unit. So we're up to $35 on the 5 and 9, 42 on the 8. Let's do another $5 pass line odd. So we're looking for one more box in, and we're going to come down to the 66 inside bet level. So Duracell's asking Arnell if it's a few chicken feeders or all dice setters. Thank you, Arnell, for the 2,000 congrats. And that's what this night is all about. I'm going to try to get 100 rolls in tonight. We're all about having fun here. We'll see how long we can get, though. And it's all about thank you to all of you guys who have supported me along this long journey here. So Brian Flegel wants to know why we're not at the casino right now. I can honestly answer that question here. I'm not at the casino right now because I'm trying to save my bankroll for my February 17th trip down to Joliet, Illinois. Alfredo's going to be flying in there. He's going to be there for the whole weekend, so I'm going to go down and meet up with him and Arnell and the whole crew down there. But also, I've been working 60+ hours a week, and I'm just completing my 4th week of doing that, and I have another couple weeks of that coming up here prior to my February 17th trip. So besides the time and the lack of money, money's been at a commodity around the house here. For those of you who don't know, my girlfriend actually has a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, which is the 2 tubes that come out of the brain that are not draining the fluid like they should be. So she has not been able to work in. She's not going to be working for quite the foreseeable future. We're waiting until the end of February to see if she needs a surgery on her brain to help correct that situation. So so Alfredo's asking what the length of time between 1K and 2K was. It took me almost 2 years to get up to 1,000, and it's taken me probably about 3/4 of a year to get from 1,000 to 2,000. So it seems like it's getting shorter here. People are starting to find me, are starting to either enjoy my content or just pacify me by watching me, and I do appreciate it. But it took me, like I said, almost 2 years to get to 1,000. It took me another 3/4 of a year to get 2,000. So half a year, hopefully, to that 3,000 mark, and we'll start making those numbers shorter and shorter as we go forward here. Congratulations goes out to Hawaii Crap Shooters, who just hit over 25,000 subscribers within the last couple weeks here. Congratulations goes out to Brian from Holy Roller, who I think just hit that 3,000 mark. If not, he's very close. Mark the points approaching the 3,000 mark. I know Jeff and John have been at the 4,000 plus mark for a while now. So congratulations goes out to all those individuals as well. These are all channels that are in our community. I know Alfredo is working towards the 2,000 mark too. I think it's somewhere around 1,800 people. And Alfredo's relatively new to the community also, but you will not find, other than Big AZ, I would say Big AZ and Alfredo are the 2 hardest workers in the craps community here. Dice out. And we got a 538. That would be the Great 8. Leon from Great Craps. So again, we are playing along in Crapsee here. I'm a little bit slow in the rolling here because I like doing the talking here. So that was enough to get out of the shooter again for the 2nd shooter in a row. We're going to go to 66 inside at that level. That's going to be $15 on the 5 and 9, 18 on that 8. We are not doing any pass line odds here. Our first hit is going to go towards the 10. Second hit will go against the 4, and then we'll start doing our betting from there. So Sarge is asking, what is your first initial bet when you approach the table at the casino? I.e. 6-8, pass line only 44 inside, etc. My local casino is a $10 table on the weekends, and what I do there is I usually do what's called a $10 horseman. So I will do a $10 DC bet. So I'll wait till the point is established, do a $10 DC bet. And I'm sorry if there's any lagging on the table there, guys. I'm having a little bit of says they're not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. So if it's lagging at all, I apologize for that, but hopefully it'll start coming back in a little bit here. But I do a $10 DC, and then I followed it up with 3 $10 come bets. And then what I'll do is I'll wait for those bets to get resolved and see if I have a profit. And then from there, I'll probably do like a 6-8 and start working up from there. And that's what I do on all the shooters that I don't know. So we'll go 3 on the inside, 5 on the inside, cross 6s on the top. We have a 6, 5, 6, 3. So let me know, guys, if it's lagging or processing on your end here. And if so, I apologize. Something with the internet here. I don't know what's going on with it. But thanks out. And we have another 5, 3, 8, grade 8. Another repeat throw. So if you watched me earlier on Alfredo's show, I was not rolling that good. I even got to the point where I was just chucking them down the table. It was not too bad. We got 33 people watching right now. That is awesome to see. We're going to pick up the 10 for $15. We're going to take those dice. We're going to roll them back towards us. 5 on the inside, 3 on the inside. Again, cross 6s, 6, 5, 6, 3. And it shows on my YouTube that the problem has been fixed. So that's good. We're back, hopefully streaming live again. And we'll call it all bets set here. Dice out. But on that $10 table, Sarge, after I figure out who's doing what, we have a 628. That is the Duracell 8. Go and support free live craps. Give that thumbs up where deserved. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Only if you enjoy the content that you are seeing. And that goes for all the different content creators out there as well as myself. But normally, once I get set up at my local Sarge, I will go from that $10 horseman. I'll probably play like a skill 66, or I'll do a 64 cross, and I'll do a regression blue collar style. So within 3 to 5 rolls, I try to get out of the shooter, and I start trend betting up from there and at. So we're going to take these dice. We're going to roll them back towards us. 6 on the inside. We got a 2 on the inside. So Buckeye's asking, what's the last thing on my bucket list? That's a great question. I honestly don't have an answer for you on that. I know I have a sappy answer for this, but my bucket list is to have my kids become better than I am, to be more successful in everything they do. And the other part of that equation is everybody that I come in contact with. I am a teacher at heart, even though I'm not a teacher. I love teaching things, whether it be craps, or when I was teaching martial arts, or when I was teaching for the hospital with the defense and arrest tactics and the verbal de-escalation, all that stuff. I love teaching. And if I can teach somebody how to do something, that is, to me, one of the most ultimate rewards in the world. So that's just kind of my idea of a bucket list. A lot of the stuff that I do is not for me. I would say probably 97% of my life is doing something for somebody else, which I love doing. So we're going to call that all bets set here. We have $163 brought back to the rack, 103 on the table currently. You got a 4, 6, 4, 2 dice set. So we're looking for a 3 or 4 on top here. Dice out. A little short in that landing zone. That right die stuck and landed. But we have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair. So that is enough to pick up that 4. So now we're at that 96 across level. We got Mount Dora Craps. So that's what MT Dora is that we're trying to find on Kick and say the name. So MT Dora Craps. Okay, awesome. Welcome to the community. Yeah, so we're at the 96 cross bet level, 15 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10, 18 on that 8. We got $25 pass line bet. We have no odds. We have 5, 5, 5 ATS. We need the 2 and 5 for the small. We need the 9 and 12 for the tall. And we're only 11 rolls in on this shooter. So go back to the 3, 2, 3, 6. The table number correct. The table number on my description, my video is not correct. The table number on the screen here, the Z3P5U8 is correct. I also have that pinned on the YouTube side here, and that was one of my first entries on the Kick side. So if you go to that live tab in Crapsee, that will bring you right to my table. I have 2 posts on there. I believe it's the second one down on the post there. Paul S. is asking, would I suggest to a new player to play bubble craps instead of the table? I would say 100% yes, and this is why. When I first started learning how to play craps, the first year and a half, almost 2 years, I was exclusively on the bubble craps machine up in Green Bay, and at that time they had a much better table, but that's how I learned how to play craps. I would watch Jacob from Wager Me This and see what his latest greatest was for the week, and I would go explore that on the bubble craps. And that's how I learned how to do the game. And then my channel started because there was a guy who would come over next to me at the bubble craps quite often. He was a regular table player, but he would play the bubble craps on the side. And his name's Robert. And he'd come over by me and he'd say, you know, hey, Joe, why don't you come over to the table with me? And so I did. And I bought him for $100. And his only suggestion to me was make sure you touch dice with only one hand. Don't touch them with both hands. That was the only advice he gave me. And about 10 minutes, about 5 minutes later, I walked away with $0. So it was really scary to me. So what I did is I wanted to learn how to play. Let's go all bets here. Wanted to learn how to play craps and shoot the dice in that. So I actually made my own table. And that's how the channel started. I looked all over the internet for different ways to make a table. And there was no one real site that had a way. And we got 235, Justice 5. There was no one site that had dimensions, how to make a table, all that stuff. I found about 50 different sources, unless you had to pay for something. I was refusing to pay for anything. So I assembled everything and I put it all into video form, and that's how the channel started. And then from there I went into a bunch of strategy videos. I bet you I have probably over 100 different strategies on my channel. And then I went into learn how to shoot the dice, and then now into the blue collar craps. And I'm going to be revamping my channel coming up here pretty soon. That was a 5 there, so we're going to go to $25 on a 5 and 9. I'm going to be revamping my channel here pretty soon. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of those strategy videos, and we're going to focus the channel around either the building the table or going into the blue collar craps or shooting the dice. So kind of those types of things in that. So Buckeye asks, what is something that I could teach if you're now at my knowledge level, if you've never had a chance to teach? I would love to teach wrestling. I would love to be a wrestling coach, something that I am truly passionate about. I taught junior high football for 6 years. And the only thing that's prevented me from teaching, I want to do high school level wrestling. The only thing that's prevented me from that is my work schedule. Basically, I can't get off of work one day. Would it be having practices or the meets and that? But yeah, high school wrestling would be my jam, my thing that I would love to do that, because it's all people that want to learn how to do things. It's things that you can see people being successful or fighting to become successful. And very rewarding for those kids when they do succeed. We have a 1-2, 1-3 dice set. Let's cross 6s on the bottom. And we have a 4-1-5. It's a horse and buggy. So it's been a while since we've been on that 5. Came back to it again. So that means that we're going to go to $35 on that 5 and 9, and after that we'll start trend betting upwards on the number that's hit. So this will be the last sister press that we're going to do on these numbers. Sarge is saying don't do bubble craps, it's rigged. Now they do have a new bubble craps in Green Bay. They took out the old one that I used to like playing, and that one is more of a video bubble craps, and I do not trust that damn thing at all, and I refuse to play it now. So I would be on the same page with you as that is, Sarge. But one thing I learned on the bubble craps, guys, is play the bubble craps when there's other people playing along. and play the opposite of what they're playing, and that's usually what wins. Bubble Craps, I think, is an RNG game, but it's also very similar to the slots and that. And I think if more people are playing past our light side, the dark side does win. But if there's more people playing dark side, the light side will win. So play opposite of what everybody else is playing, so that way you have a better chance of winning. That's just my opinion. At least have a lower dollar amount on the table than what the other people are playing, so that way they're not going to pay the people that are making more money. But anyhow, we're going to roll these dice back towards us. We got a 4 on the inside. We got a 1 on the inside. 2V in the bottom. 5, 4, 5, 1. And we'll call that all bet set. Dice out. And we got a 2 and 3. Ace Deuce Alfredo sauce. We threw a couple of those earlier on. And that was on this shooter, on the second shooter here. That's a repeater win on that one, by the way. We're still looking for that 2 magic aces for the small. We're looking for the 9 and 12 for the tall. Take those, roll them back. We got a 2 on the inside, 1 on the inside, 3V in the bottom again, 4, 2, 4, 1. Slot machine, says EF. And that it may be. We've got $240 brought back to rack, 158 on the table. So Paul says his Bubble Craps dark side, it is block by default. Really? Huh, so you can't lay the bets or play any D series or DPs or anything like that. If you can't do any dark side betting, why don't you do a horseman strategy? Like I said before, you could do, like a DC or DP bet. If they don't have it on, or I guess you have to do a pass line, or don't do any at all. Just play like a come bets, and then the come bets will help hedge that out as well. So all bets set. And dice out. Dice split apart when he left my fingers just slightly, but we have a 6, 4, 10. Wayland's best friend, Wayne that end, Daddy Joe. So that's going to allow us to press that 4 and 10 up to $25 each. So let's bring $7 back to the rack and put in the rest of it on the table. The 4 and 10 is going to become buy bets, so we got a quarter on each of them now. Sarge is asking, do I set a win goal or is the sky the limit? If my blue collar craps way of playing and betting, Sarge, is set up so that I have a win goal, a small win goal of $100 to $150. So I buy in it for anywhere between $400 to $1,000, and if I can win $100 to $150, that is what my win goal is. If I'm playing at my local, I will usually stop after that, or take a break and then go back later. But anything over that $100 to $150 that I have in my rack, I use as fun money. Then the sky is the limit. Tonight I'm just doing sky is the limit because the first 2 shooters have been profitable so far. Right now I would be walking out of the casino, because if I took everything off the table, I'd be up $344 right now for the night. If I leave everything on the table, I still have $166 profit. But that's how I normally work it. Now, when I go down to Juliet, I'll probably do a mixture of my win goal / sky's the limit, because we're going to be around a bunch of good shooters, and it's going to be a fun day to hopefully hang out with everybody and interact at the craps table. All bet set. Hopefully that answers your question. 2V in the bottom, we got a 4, 6, I'm sorry, 5, 6, 5, 4. 5, 6, 5, 4, dice out. And we got a 3, 1, 4. That's a Big Joe from Crapsmaster Journey, or Wisconsin, however you want to say it. Jeff likes using the saying Big Joe from Wisconsin. But that's going to let us bring our 4 up to $50 now. So that is awesome. Oops, I'm going to stop the bets here, guys. I pressed the button by accident. We'll let you guys get your bets in, so make sure you do your all bets set. Danny Puckoff is saying, what's my uncomfortable bet level? I don't have an uncomfortable bet level once I get out of the shooter, if that makes sense. So if I'm doing my trend betting, I have no problem betting my numbers up to whatever. The most I've ever had on a number was when I was down in Joliet the last time. Alfredo and I was doing a partnership. We had, I think it was $400 on the 6 and 8, and I bought in, each Alfredo and myself bought in for $300 a piece on that session at the table. And Sith Lord Espy came up to me and he goes, "Hey Joe," he goes, "how does it feel to have more than your buy-in on the table?" And I started laughing. But if I was to say an uncomfortable bet level, my uncomfortable bet level would be my initial bet, which is my 160 across, and simply because my bankroll is not large enough to accommodate that for many losses in a row. If I'm with shooters that are doing well, I have no problem doing 160, but it's still pucker factor for me a little bit until I can get all that shooter. Again, like I said, that first 3 to 5 rolls is where I try to get out of the shooter. Once I get past that point, back past the break even, I really don't have an uncomfortable zone. But again, like I said, the highest I've ever had, and it's not very high according to some people's standards, but I've had $400 on the 6 and 8. That happened once. Other than that, I think the highest I've had on a number was like $200 or something like that, $200 or $300. So we'll go all bets set here. We're going to take the dice, roll them back towards us. 3 on the inside, 1 on the inside, 2V in the top. This time 2, 3, 2, 1. Upside down 2V. And dice out. Whoa, that was a little bit long here, guys. We got lucky. We have the KitchenAid mixer, 516. And that was our point. So we hit that point again. That is awesome. So that means that we have 2 points hit already. Let's look for our third unique point. That would be kind of cool. We're going to stick with that $25 pass line bet. Let's actually bring that pass line bet down to $20. We'll go to $3 craps check. So that way it's enough to cover the ATS. We're still looking for that 2. We're looking for the 9 and the 12. Take the dice, roll them back. We got a 5 on the inside. We got a 1 on the inside. 3V dice set. 3, 5, 3, 1. And we'll call it all bets set. We've got 27 people still watching, 20 likes so far on YouTube. On Kick side, we got 6 people watching. I've increased my viewership, my followers by 2 people on Kick so far. So make sure you check out Kick. I'm trying to get to 70-some followers here, guys, so I can enter their affiliate program. Dice out. And we got a 156 KitchenAid mixer again. Wow. So we're back on that 6. I didn't like the action of those dice off the back wall there, but we got lucky. So we're gonna go with $15 pass line odds. Remember, I'm playing this as a $15 table because I'm trying to get used to the $15 level for when I go down to Joliet in February. So Darnell says this stand next to him and Fuzzy will get him and him will get me past that uncomfortable to the next level. So yeah, last time I was down there, Rich T from Seattle was there, and Alfredo was helping him push him up, and that was actually on Giuseppe's roll. Giuseppe, we're at the Hollywood casino in Joliet, and Giuseppe was just pounding the 6s and 8s, and he had a couple other numbers in there, but just pounding the 6s and 8s, and it was just unreal. I bet you we had the bets up there. I think I was up to 400 on each, me and Alfredo, and that was after regressing off the 6 and 8 how many times? I think I think Fuzzy had like over $1,000 on each one of them. So I mean, that was an amazing roll that he had. I think the roll was approaching somewhere around the 50-60 mark. Just pound them, and then we all got off the table right after that because the casino was not very nice to us. So roll the dice back. We got a 1 on the inside, 5 on the inside, 3V in the bottom again, 4, 1, 4, 5. That last one was a 6. That was marking our point. So we're all bet set here. And T Sizzle just followed me on Kick. Thank you very much. So that is awesome. So we're up to 28 people on Kick. Days out. Nice landing. They jumped high and they split. But we have a 3-1-4. That is the Big Joe from Crapsee Journey. So 3-1-4. That is awesome. We already have $50 on that 4, so we're going to go up to $100. So this is yeah. So first we had $15 5 right next to it. Yeah, we did. That was it was kind of weird how those bets were kind of distributed through. We had just a shit ton of money on the numbers he was hitting, and the other numbers had hardly anything. In fact, I think we had like the 4 and 10 up to like $50 or whatever. We actually started taking those down to like 15 again because he wasn't hitting them. It was all 6s and 8s. So that was just an amazing roll to be a part of. But 3-2-3-2-3-2-1 is our next size set. So 3V on top, 2V on top. And we'll go all bet set. Dice out. We got a 6-3-9 center field 9. So Fredo's probably saying, Joe, why couldn't you roll like this on my show today? And I have one answer for you on that. Stop making me laugh when I'm shooting. Every time I was trying to shoot, Alfredo cracked some kind of joke. You guys, if you haven't checked out his last 2 live streams, especially the one last night, the one last night was freaking hilarious. He was just going off. Everybody on the show was just going off. It was a pretty cool show. But we got 9 on that one, so we're going to go to $60 on that 9. So we're going to press up $25. We got 45 brought back to the rack. 288 on the table. 6 on the inside. We got 3 on the inside. 2V in the top. 2, 6, 2, 3 is the dice set. And we'll go all bet set here. So I was expecting more questions from you guys. More questions that are not craps related. Things that you want to know about me. Because I do share a lot. There's a lot of things I'm sure out there that I don't share. This is your chance to ask away. And no, Alfredo, I'm not a closet Bears fan. And we have another 1-3-4 Big Joe from Crapsee Journey. We just had our 4 up to $100, so we're going to press that up to $200 now. We're hitting it, so we might as well start pressing it up. So we have $200 on the 4. We got 35 on that 5, 18 on the 8, $60 on the 9, and 25 on the 10 with a $15 pass line odds. So what's the best vacation I've ever taken? I have 2 answers for you on that one. The best one I will say for last, but my normal vacation, he says he'll ask me a question, I can't go through that a little bit. My normal vacation I was taking up to about 2 years ago is I would take a trip up to the UP, which is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's about a 3.5, 4 hour drive for me, and we would spend a week in this place called the Bond Falls Flowage. So you guys remember the old, what was it, Pabst Blue Ribbon? No, what beer back in the day had a waterfall for their logo? I'm trying to think what Pabst Blue Ribbon, I think it was, or something like that, would have a waterfall on all their signs and all their posters and all that stuff. And that's where this picture was taken, is the Bond Falls flowage, and this waterfall is over 60 feet tall. So we would go camping up on the flowage above the waterfall, and it's a short 5-10 minute walk to get down to the waterfall, and you go down and look at it. And the fishing's so, but we camp on the edge of the flowage, and Labatt Blue. No, it was not that. I think it was Pabst Blue Ribbon. I think. But anyhow, we camped up there for a week at a time in tents. They have, for many years, we'd actually camp on an island. We were the only campsite on an island. You have to dig a hole to go to the bathroom, bury it when you're done. You'd find your own wood. You'd portage everything out in a boat onto the island, so that was kind of cool. But my best vacation ever was 2 years ago. I actually took a cruise. And that was the second cruise they had after the whole pandemic scare and that. And that was freaking awesome. It wasn't Coors either, Brian. That was before Coors. I'm talking back in the 70s is what I'm talking about for the waterfalls and that. So, T Sizzle asks, how do you throw a good set of dice with those sausage fingers? That is funny because I will show you my power style grip right here, guys. Look at how far they hang off the edge of the dice here. I'm trying to turn it. There we go. So they hang way off the edges of the dice there. And that's why I didn't use this power style grip for the longest time, because I had a hard time holding the dice. So what I did is I found that if I used the Yuri grip, I would put most of my pressure, and I still do that with the power grip, most of my pressure on the middle finger and the thumb, and I just rest the finger and the index finger and the ring finger on the edge of the dice, kind of as a point for the dice to go off of. These two are barely touching. These two are holding most of the pressure. And I do that with the power style grip also. So you see me, when I set the dice, I'm always taking my pinky and my index finger, pushing the dice in tight. I place the middle finger and the thumb, and then I'll place the other two fingers, and that's how I hold the dice. So, Fredo says, what does your girlfriend think about your craps fetish? She hates it. I'm always talking to my craps friends. I either am working, sleeping, eating, or doing craps, and it drives her freaking nuts. It might have been Ham's beer, Red, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking, for some reason, I'm thinking PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, is for what I'm thinking of. Buckeye goes, Joe, somewhere that you would never go because of the wild animals that live in there. And Chicago does not count. That's too funny. Wild animals do not scare me too much. Where I go up north in the UP, there's a lot of bears. So I guess actually what scares me the most is walking into the woods deer hunting in the morning with no lights, because we don't use any lights walking in. I walk in about a half a mile to my deer stand. And my fear is actually getting speared by a buck as I'm walking in. They might think you're another animal and they might attack. And I've seen videos about that, but it doesn't happen very often. So that is actually my fear, is walking to my deer stand in the dark in the morning at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning by myself. And then taking a while for everybody to find me in that. So last row, we're getting a little sidetracked here. We've $200 on the floor. We got a 1, 2. No, we got a set our dice. There we go. We have a 5, 1, 5, 3 dice set. 2V in the bottom. Dice out. We have a high bounce. We have a 1, 4, 5 horse and buggy. Trucking camper, says Brian. Trucking camper. 1, 4, 5. So we're going to bring that 5 up to $60, and also now both the 6 and the 5, the 9 and the 5 are up to $60. So we're just going to drop a quarter on that. 729 brought back to rack, 413 on the table. Roll it back, 1 on the inside, 4 on the inside, 2V in the top, 2, 1, 2, 4. Bar Mixed on Kick says, waking up in the wild without toilet paper. That's why you got leaves. How do you wipe your butt? Okay, here's a question for you guys to answer, and this is disgusting. How do you wipe your butt with one square of toilet paper? Figure it out. I got an answer for you. Fredo says, Joe, what's the worst view comment you received, and how did it impact your change, or change you, if any? Earlier on in my career, John from ProCraps will support this comment because he actually made a comment after I had made it. Somebody was talking about how I was paying the bets out wrong on one of my videos, and how can I consider myself a master craps player if you don't even know how to play the game of craps and this and that. And guys, to be honest with you, I was winging it in the beginning. I was fake it till you make it. Good morning, Mark Weber there. Fake it till you make it, and I think I've made it, and I've learned a lot along the way. But the guy, I basically fired back at him, and this is on a Facebook, actually, a Facebook comment. Actually fired back at him like, dude, did you read the title of my channel? It's not Craps Masters, Craps Master Journey. This is a journey, guys. And between that comment there and a comment that Alfredo made earlier on in my journey here, that's really what shaped my channel going forward. Here I was trying to be this professional, this expert about craps on craps, when I really honestly didn't know much about it. But between that comment there and then Alfredo made a comment about how I talk about my journey and blah, 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 and all of a sudden things just clicked. And ever since that day, and thank you, Alfredo, for that, ever since that day, I made this all about my journey, you know, and I really am looking to others for suggestions, improvements, common practices, things like that that we can incorporate into the blue collar craps style here. But that journey portion shows you that, hey, I'm not perfect. This is my journey to become that master and not that master yet. So Barmix says, use your finger, then use the toilet paper to wipe or clean your fingernail. Actually, what you do is you take your toilet paper, you fold it in half, again, you tear out the inside corner of it and put that in your pocket, okay? Then when you open up, there's gonna be a hole in the middle of it. So you stick your finger right in the hole of the toilet paper, wipe your butt, and then wrap it up, throw it away, and then use that little square to clean out your fingernail. So that's how you use one square. There we go, Red got her down. That must be a Midwest joke. That must be a Midwest joke. So Red got her down. Awesome. That's pretty disgusting, but it's true. All bets set. 2124. So even the sick and disgusted we cover on the CMJ Level Up program. Yeah, we got a 4, 6, 10. Waylon's best friend winning it in, Daddy Joe. So we're having an amazing roll on our 2,000 subscriber show. Saying thank you to everybody. And guys, we are on a 23 rower. That's a repeater win. We still have not hit either end of the ATS. We're looking for those bookends. We need the 2 and we need the 12 in order to hit that ATS. So we're bringing the 10 up to $50. And I'm going to probably back that 4. No, it's been a couple rolls. We'll wait another roll or two before we bring that 4 back down to $100. We'll roll the dice towards us. 4 on the inside, 6 on the inside, upside down 2V, 2, 4, 2, 6 is the dice set. Chicago doesn't count, says Buckeye. That is awesome. We'll go all bet set here. Dice out. So I'm supposed to be called the MCW now instead of CMJ? Alfredo, is that what you're saying? MCW, Master Craps Wiper. Oh, yeah, stop making me laugh. Dice out. That left one went a little bit lower than the right one, but guess what we got, guys? Guess what we got? We have a OMC Craps, all the dots and all the spots. Midnight. That would be the tall, like that screen up green. At least half of it. So we hit part of the tall there. We had $5 on that part of the ATS. So maybe he needs to make me laugh one more time so we can hit that small. We'll make them all. Excuse me. So that is an awesome hit. 3236 is what we're going to go back to. And we're just going to collect that money. We have $928 brought back to the rack, $433 on a table. And we got Marble Fork Band checking in on Kick. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And guys, if you're on Kick, look at your the emotes. That's the little icon that's right next to your chat box there. Click on that. And if you click on that, I put in some CMJ emotes, so you can use those if you want as well. Some of them are really easy to read in that, but check them out, put them in there, see what they look like. But we're gonna go all bet set here, 3, 2, 3, 6. Looking for the 1, 1, 2. The magic ace is what we're looking for. Dice up. That left die stuck again, but we have a 4, 6, 10. Waylon's best friend on that end, Daddy Joe again. Definitely hitting repeatable dice combinations. There you go. Fredo found them. Red found them. Awesome. They actually show up relatively nice on there. That is very cool. Thank you. $50 more on the 10, so we're going to bring that up to $100. Again, that flip side of the 10 is going to be that 4, 314. Big Joe from Wisconsin. So what do we have? 410, roll them in. We got a 4 on the inside, 6 on the inside, 2V and upside down at top, 2, 4, 2, 6. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. Ooh, guys, dice crossed, they recrossed, and we got a 6, 1, 7 out. So that roll finally comes to an end after we hit part of that ATS. But that was a pretty decent roll. I'm happy with it. So that was a 26 roller. We got 274 roll quality points. The first shooter we had 113 roll quality points. So that is nice, really nice. Thank you, Ben, for the compliment there. And we got Flegelhorn. We got Brian from Green Bay putting in a couple emotes on the kick.com site. So let's do something a little bit different here. A different way of betting here. Let's go $15 on the $20 on the pass line. We'll go $3 craps check. We'll go 555 on the ATS. We'll do a little bit different betting style here to practice something slightly different for down at Juliet. So that was a single pitch and 1 dice off axis that last roll. And that was an implosion of that left die. So Paul S. is asking, do you believe in a shooter that claims himself to be able to call his number? No, and I say that no with a question mark, and this is why I say that. If you can say you can throw a certain number on demand, you are full of shit. And I'm a master crapper, so thank you, Alfredo. So that would be the truth. But on the flip side, if you are throwing the dice and you're starting to throw repeatable numbers, you may have an opportunity of being able to hop your bets and pick up a number that you've been rolling consistently. So for example, this last shooter, I was throwing a couple 3-1-4s, I threw a couple 2-1s, a couple 6-3s. You know, those are numbers that we're repeating on a consistent basis. So in that aspect, it may be possible, but no, I don't think it is possible to call your number out. Alfredo says, Ben, Wisco 330, it's great. I just get to kick it. So we got Bags checking in on Kick. That is awesome. Thank you. Welcome. Make sure you hit that follow button if you guys haven't followed yet. We'll go with all bet set, $20 pass line bet, 555 ATS, $3 craps check, 3236. Days out. A little short on that landing zone. We got the OMC craps, all the dots and all the spots. Midnight again. So 12, it's a pass line loser and a come out, but that craps check does cover that, so we're going to make $1 off of this. I think it's $1. Two numbers, I'm sorry. No? $1. I was right the first time. So $1 I make off of that. 3, 2, 3, 6. We're going to go back up with the same bets. So that is the $20 pass line bet. That's the $3 craps check, 555 on the ATS, which is still intact. Give them 1 square piece of toilet paper. That is funny. And we'll call it all bets set. Looking for a point. This is only shooter number 3, and we're going on roll number 39. We got dice out. Yeah, we got a 415 horse and buggy. So 5 will be our new point. And we threw quite a few of those. Horse and buggies, trucking campers. Still at 22 people watching on YouTube. We've got 22 likes. Thank you very much, guys. 13 viewers on Kick right now. It is awesome to see that number going up. We're going to go 88 inside bet level. And that's going to be $24 on the 6 and 8, 20 on that 9. We have a $20 pass line bet, so we have $103 on the table with that ATS bet. One bet that I don't have on Crapsee here is the fire bet, and they have that available down in Joliet. So Buckeye Slim says, Joe, you play something similar to Pass Line Rush. Have you seen the Pass Line Rush video? I have not. If you can go in Discord and send me the link, that would be awesome. Hey, Biff, how you doing? So let's roll this dice back towards us. 4 on the inside, 1 on the inside, 2 in the bottom. 5, 4, 5, 1 dice set. We're called it all bets set. We're looking for inside numbers now. Inside numbers. Dice out. They slipped out of my fingers just slightly as they were released. We have a 145 horse and buggy again. Trucking camper, and that should be a buckshot. Buckeye Slim buckshot. That's what we're going to call it. Buckeye Slim buckshot. Sorry, Buckeye. So roll it in. We had a 4 on the inside, 1 on the inside, 2 dice at 2, 1, 2, 4. We're going to do something different now. We're going to parlay that pass line bet. So we're going to put $40 onto it. And we are still going to go with the $3 craps check. And let's go with all bets set here. Brian from Crappy Camper says, sweet. 2 trucking campers in a row. Nice out. And that left die kind of rolled. Hey guys, guess what we got? Something we can use on that last shooter. 112 Magic Aces. That would be Larry showing up. Larry from Magic Aces. We use that definitely on that last one, but hey, we got the 12 and the 2 out of the way on this shooter already. So hopefully that is a good sight. Buckeye likes the Buckeye buckshot. So again, $20 pass line bet. I'm sorry, yeah, $20 pass line bet to cover that ATS, $3 craps check. And we're down $1 on this shooter. That pass line parlay actually hurt me on that last time. 3, 2, 3, 6. So we got a new dice call now, guys. Buckeye buckshot. And all bet set. Yeah, I threw a lot of 5s today so far, don't you think, Tommy? That was a lot of 5s. We had a bunch of 4-1-5s today. A couple 2-3s, but most of them were 4-1s. Dice out. That was a weird roll. Came off really low off the table. Usually I have a little bit more of a bounce off it. 257. Again, that's still come off, so that's a pass line winner on natural. That'd be the 5-2 Bruce. Do not become shark bait. So that knocked off our ATS, but that's right, we had it covered. So we're back up again, $1 for the shooter, 555 on the ATS we're going with, $3 craps check we're going with. Stick with that $10 pass line bet. We're going to go back to the 3236, and we're going to actually turn them out. So we're going to go 3632. We'll try that one once really quick until we get a point established here. 3632. Dice out. This is the cousin number 2, I call them. So the 3236 is the cousin number 1, which is, and I'll show you guys really quick in the display here, in our dice analyzer here. When I do my rhythm rolling, if you have a 3236, so 2's on the front of this one, 6 is on the front of that one, the 2 is on the inside of this dice, which is the front and inside. 6 is on the inside here in the front here. So that's cousin number 1. If I go to cousin number 2, it's actually opposite now. So we have a 6 on the front here, but it's now on the outside of that right die. We have a 2 in the front here. Now it's on the outside of that die. So something to kind of keep in mind there with the cousin 1 and cousin 2 set. And that's blue collar craps terms. That's idea taken that I learned from George, but I blue collar craps his comments and his thoughts. So 3632 is the dice set. All bets set and dice out. Looking for a point here. Dice cross on me. We have a 2-2 heart for the Ian double deuce. So 4 is our point. And now we are going to put $20 up on that 5. We're still looking for an inside hit here. We're negative $2 for the shooter again because of trying to find that point. But what happens is we had a lot of money out there, and that craps check and the way we had everything set up there actually helps protect yourself some, if you will. So 3236 is what we'll stick with. And we'll go all bets set. Dice out. And we got 246. That is the Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So it's been a while since we've thrown that one. So that'll be our first inside hit. We are going to do 22 pressure inside. And that'll bring us to $25 on the 4-5, 30 on the 6 and 8. So we're at 110 inside right now. We're going to take one more inside hit here, then we'll come down on our bets and we'll regress. Again, 3 to 5 rolls is our goal. We hit a couple craps numbers. We hit a buckshot, buckshot in the beginning there. So we'll go 2-4. We'll go 2 on the outside. We'll go 4 on the outside. So we got cross 6s on the bottom. 1-2, 1-4. This is cousin number 2 set. We'll call that all bets set here. Dice out. So we've been streaming for an hour and a half right now, hour and 33 minutes. Ooh, a little bit long in that landing zone, guys. We got lucky. We got a 3-1-4. Big Joe from Crapsmaster Journey. So that did nothing. Oh, that was our point. Awesome. We hit that point right away. Got that one all the way. Made $20 off of it. $20 I was not expecting. So that brings $46 back to the rack. Not enough to get out of the shooter yet. When you have a low bankroll like this, that does hurt as far as getting out of the shooter in a profit zone. But Brian Flegelhorn's going Big Joe dice set another 3-1-4 on our emotes on kick. So we'll roll this dice back towards us. We'll go 3 on the outside, we'll go 1 on the outside, 2V in the bottom, 5-3, 5-1. $20 pass line bet, $3 craps check, 555 on the ATS, all bet set. Dice out. little short in the landing zone again. This time we have a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So we're really pounding these low numbers here, guys. We only need the 2 and a 5 for the small. 2-1-3 is that throw right there, and that will still come out. That craps check did protect us, so we made $1 off of that. So we go shocker sauce, a little bit of Whalen style. It's $20 on the pass line bet. $3 craps check still in play. And again, we'll roll them back towards us. We'll go 2 on the outside, 1 on the outside. Again, 3V dice at 3, 2, 3, 1. Looking for a point. And we've thrown a lot of 2-1-3s today. Oh, it says only 4 of them. I thought we threw more than that, but I guess it's only 4. And dice out. Dice landed almost on top of each other. It kind of scrambled to the back wall, just kind of weird, but we have a 2-6-8, Duracell 8. Again, go with support free live craps. Give that thumbs up, everyone, either now or on your way out. I would greatly appreciate that. $235 of just pass line, says Buckeye Slim. So we're on that 8. We're going to take that $30 off. We'll put $15 pass line odds out there. $44 brought back in the rack. We have $130 on the table. Take these 6 and 2, roll it back. We'll go 6 on the outside. We'll go 2 on the outside. 4, 2, 4, 6 is our dice set. And we'll go all bet set. Dice out. Let's stay cross right at the end. We have a 5-6 mid-mo yo. That is Chiro coming to us from above. So this cousin 2 set is throwing the outside numbers big time. So I don't know if we should go back to the other one or not. Let's look at this one. So what was the last set that we had? We had a 2-6. Let's set it up so I remember what it is. 2-6, we did 6 and a 2. That was a 3V. And then we had a 5-6 off of this. So that was a single pitch on the left die. So we double pitched the dice on that one. That's not a good sign. We'll stick with what we're doing right now. So we're going to go 5 on the outside, go 6 on the outside. We got 3V in the top, 3-5, 3-6. That 11 did nothing for us other than for the ATS. Tommy T. Sizzle says, my buddy the shocker sauce. Little Daddy David, Alfredo, and Big AZ all in one. That's funny. So let's go all bet set here. 3-5, 3-6, dice out. Okay, so Landon, they kind of rolled off to one side here, guys. We got a OMC Craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. So we're rolling definitely outside numbers with this set, and we got one of the bookends out of the way now. So let's go back to cousin number 1 set. Joe, what is something that you learned? This is from Buckeye Slim. Joe, what is something that you learned from your mom that you'll never forget? To duck when she's pissed off, because when she gets pissed off, shit flies. No. What is one thing my mom taught me? My mom taught me equality. Be kind and be fair to everybody. I grew up in a predominantly white community, and as I started growing up, we had a migration in, I don't know if you use the term migration, if that's proper, of a bunch of people from Vietnam when I was probably in my late grade school years. At that time, a lot of them were brought from concentration camps to live in our area, and that was a part of something the government had done for them, and a whole huge group of them came in. So that was my first exposure to non-white people. And then as we got older, got introduced to a lot of other nationalities and that. So that was the one thing that I learned from my mom, is to be kind and be fair to everybody, no matter what. I grew up in an area, especially when I was younger, that was not very minority friendly. Wow, how the world has changed now, where things are the way they are. We got great people, and we got shitty people of all nationalities, all creeds, all whatever. So that was probably the one thing I learned from my mom, Buckeye, and that's a great question to answer. Hopefully that answers your question, and hopefully that does not offend anybody, because that was not my intention whatsoever in that answer. We'll go all bet set. We're going to go back to the 3-2-3-6, which is the cousin 1 set. So there we got things you don't talk about: politics and religion, right? This out. Dice landed in the cross. We got a 3-1-4. Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So that 3-1-4 is starting to come on a little bit here. Yeah, my mom is cool. She has been taking a terrible turn for the worse the last year or so. Just give mom the square piece of toilet paper, says EF. Actually, I learned that square piece of toilet paper suggestion from my ex-wife's uncle, who used to bring me up to the Bond Falls Flowage, where I go camping every year. So, but mom's been going through the last year and a half through dementia and Alzheimer's, really, really bad, to the point where we actually moved her out of her house that she lived in for 50-some years, about 3 months ago. So she's in an apartment now, and we just took her driver's license away from her within the last month. So things are actually going south for her right now. So 3-1 in the front. We got 3 on the inside. We got 1 on the inside. 2V on the top. 2-3-2-1. And that was a 4 that did nothing for our bets. That did help us with that ATS. So we'll go all bet set here. Dice out. And we got a 6-1-7, and that is an ouch. So roll came to an end. Guys, we've had 3 shooters so far, and they've all been double digits. We've been streaming for hour and 42 minutes. So we're going to go at least a couple more shooters here. So we'll keep on doing this here. Let's see what our leaderboard looks like on Crapsee. We have EF at $9,500, Tommy Sizzle at $4,200, Uncle Hoku's at $4,000, Bags at $3,500, Mike Dice at $3,086, Evade 111 with 1172, Blue Jay Way 1153, Duracells at $1,000. I'm at 10th place with $534 profit. So that last shooter we lost $86. That's one of the things that I have a hard time with that 66 inside that I play with at my local, but also that 88 inside that we just got done doing. Is it's hard because if they're hitting outside numbers, you really don't have the opportunity to pick up a lot of chances. So that's why that 160 cross is actually a better bet level, even though coming out with 160 cross is kind of scary to me. When I go down to Juliet in February, I'm going to probably bring down about $1,500 as a bankroll. So I should be able to do that 160 cross, at least for some of the better shooters here. So I probably should keep practicing that. So we'll go $25 on the ATS. I'm sorry, on the pass line, $555 on the ATS. And we will go with a $4 craps check. Excuse me. So Buckeye Stone's taking off. Thank you very much for showing up tonight, and thank you for the compliment, Buckeye, and thanks for being one of the 2,000 subs that have supported me along this amazing journey so far. Have a great night, my friend. But we're going to keep on rolling here. We got 15 people in Crapsee yet. We got 19 people still watching on YouTube. We got 9 people watching on Kick, up to 28 followers on Kick, and we're at 2,000 plus subs on YouTube. Thank you very much. We'll go all bets set here. And dice out. We'll go back to the 3-2-3-6. And we'll go all bet set. And we got a 4-2-6. That's the Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So that'll be our new point, 4-2-6. And again, we're going to go back to the 160 cross, but this time we're going to do it differently. We're not going to press it up like we were last time. Let's do a regression type strategy here. So we'll take one hit and then we'll bring it down to the 4-unit level. So right now the 160 cross is the 5-unit level. We'll bring it down to the 4-unit level, and then we'll bring it down to either a 66 inside or a 96 across. We'll see how that goes there. But anyhow, we'll go all bets set here. We got $25 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10, 30 on that 8, $25 pass line bet, no odds. Let's set the dice before we hit the all bet set. 4 on the inside, 2 on the inside, cross 6 on the bottom, 1, 4, 1, 2, all bet set. Dice out. The right die stuck this time as the left one bounced erratically, and we got stung this time. 4, 3, 7. So we have a short roll. That is a 7-out. So we're looking for a new shooter. So we had 3 good shooters, 1 not so good. That is bound and determined to happen. So now, with that happening, guys, let's see if we can change our roll around. Do not bet heavy on me this time. We're going to have a little bit of fun this time. We're going to actually do the Yuri-style throw. And it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm just going to go, I'm not going to do any line bet this time. We'll just play it as if somebody else is shooting. So make your bets however you want. I'm not going to do any ATS or nothing to start off with yet. We're going to go with the 5-4, 5-4. And we're going to do the Yuri style toss. So we're going to use the Yuri grip, and I'm going to try to get it to dribble right down the table, right down that don't pass line or somewhere in that area. So let's call that all bets set here, guys, and dice out. So for this one now, I got to actually go on my tippy toes so I can get over the table a little bit further. And we got OMC Craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. So if you guys kind of saw what that looked like, and let me adjust this camera a little bit so you guys can see this, zone a little bit. Let me get in Crapsee first here. We'll see if we can adjust that camera just a little bit. So that way, hopefully that'll make some sense there for you guys. Is that a decent view for you? So again, we'll go 5-4, 5-4, which is our hardware set. And again, I'm not doing any line bet, no craps check, no nothing. We're going to wait till a point is established. And I'll wait for a couple more people to say that they're ready in that Crapsee button. Make sure that you do press that I am ready button. Again, this show, if you're just joining, is for the 2,000 subscribers that we've hit on YouTube. It's taken me almost 3 years to get that. I think in April will be 3 years. So we're only 2 months away from the 3-year mark. So we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. 5-4, 5-4. And here we go. Yeah, we got OMC Craps, all the dots and all the spots again. Wow, both dice off axis. That is a drift of the dice. So that is a repeater win, 2 rolls. We got a repeater win off of that one. So if they're both drifting off to the left, just for shits and giggles, let's just switch our dice to the, no, that was an implode. There, one implode, one explode. So let's do, I don't know if I should do this or not. Let's go 5, 6, 5, 6 dice set. 5, 6, 5, 6 dice set. We'll see if that makes any difference here. So we'll go all bets set. Make sure you press that button, please. And here we go. Dice out. 5, 6, 5, 6. Yuri style dribble. I call it the Yuri dribble. And there we go. We got double degen, 3-3 hard 6. So we went 6-5, 6-5 on that dice set. Let's see if we can keep on doing that, because I think that was, again, another explode off of that one. So 6-5, 6-5. So that was a drift of the dice. They both drifted to the left. So that is awesome. So I'm going to bet light here. I'm just going to pick up the 6 and 8 right now, guys. $18 on the 6, $18 on that 8. Again, we're just having fun right now. And we'll see if we can just build it up from here. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. So looking at our SOR for the night so far, we have 11.2 SOR. We have a 9.3 SRR. Only one come out 7 where we have 56 rolls in. The amazing rolls. Let's switch over that screen really quick. The amazing rolls that we have so far has been that 5 and that 6 have been really rolling a lot. I'm sorry, the 4 to 5 have been. 4 to 5 have been rolling a lot. 3s are quite high, as well as the 10. So we're hitting a lot of the outside numbers today. Look how low the inside numbers are. That's 5, the 6, 7, and 8 are pretty low numbers there. So okay, we'll go all bets set here, and dice out. 6-5, 6-5. Again, I'm standing on my toes right now so I can get out onto the table. And we got an ace deuce Alfredo sauce. 1, 2, 3. Got another one, says Alfredo. Another one. 6-5, 6-5. And after we're done with this shooter from doing this Yuri style toss, we're going to run over to the TST, which I have not had a lot of success with yet. But a lot of people out there in the YouTube community, including Big AZ, as well as Alfredo and a few others, have had a lot of success with that. And we got 6-5, 6-5. We'll go all bets set here. And dice out. Ooh, that last one had a hop, skip, and a jump. And we hit that point. We got a 2-4-6 to Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So that 6 is hit 7 times so far out of 58 rolls. So a little bit more than 10% of the time. That 5 is hit a lot, 10 out of 60 rolls. So I don't even know what that is. That's probably roughly around 15% of the time has been that 6, or that 5. So we got paid out on the 6 there. What do we do with that? We probably are going to go with bringing both the 6 and 8 up to $30 and see if we can hit them again. But let's get a point established first. Again, we're not doing any line bets right now. 6-5, 6-5 will be the dice set. Cramps Chap says, congrats on the 2,000 subs. I kick it like I'm rolling, but I still only got 39 subs. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Look out at the Craps Champ YouTube channel. He has been doing videos here for a while now, so check it out. Make sure you give him a sub. Let's support him as a community. And we go all bets set here. 6-5, 6-5. Dice out. And we got another 6, 1-5-6, the KitchenAid mixer. So 6 is definitely the hot number on this type of roll, the Yuri dribble. And again, guys, it's been a while since I've done this. Now, if you guys are following me along on the Level Up program, the brown belt has been all about variety. We've been working on different style of grips, different style of throws, different throwing positions, different ways of betting, you know, all those types of things. So we're going to go $30 on that 6 and 8, by the way. Let's see if we can pick it up again, so that way we can actually be out of the shooter here. So we have a total of $36 invested on this shooter. So if we can get paid out here, we'll get all of our money back and still have money to play here. What was I saying here? Oh, brown belt, being all about variety. When we get to the black belt now, black belt's going to be honing it back in and starting working on specific things. Brown belt was to the point where we got our grip down, we got our throwing down, we got, you know, all the basics down that you really kind of need to know, but we're trying to perfect it as well as adding some new stuff to the mix. Black belt is going to be kind of going back to the basics, but we're going to try to perfect all the stuff that we've learned up to this point. So that's why it's essential at this brown belt level to try the different things, to see what works, what doesn't work, and go on from there. So we'll dice out. 437, ouch. So, oh, no, wait, is that a come out? No, that's not a come out. That is an ouch. So 437, ouch. So again, guys, these shooters that we have going on now, bet accordingly. I'm not guaranteeing any type of success whatsoever here. Again, we're just trying different things. We're trying to have fun. It is a 2,000 subscriber thank you night. So that is why we're live streaming. That is why we're doing it at night. And that is why we have gone as long as we have. We are 1 hour and 55 minutes into it. I'm going to probably go 1 or 2 more shooters here, and we're going to probably wrap it up for the night then from there. We have an SOR right now of 12.0, and we have an SRR of 10.0. Wow, that is freaking amazing. Uncle Hoku, make sure you send through that rebuy again. For some reason, if I have more than one person that rebuys at the same time, it kicks it out. That's a Crapsee problem, I think. I'm not sure there that time it went through. I'm going to put a $15 pass line bet out here. Let's go 424 on that ATS. That's slightly different than what I normally do. Let's go with the $3 craps check. And we're going to call that all bets set. We're going to go with the TST. So just keep that in mind with your betting here. This is something that I normally don't do a lot of. The TST rolling. I just started doing a little bit, and to be completely honest, I've not been terribly successful with it, but we'll see how it goes. All bets set here will be 1, 2, 6, 5 dice set. And what Alfredo does is he offsets them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to offset them slightly. I'll go through the camera, the other view really quick to show you guys what I'm doing here. What we're doing is we're going to the all 7 set, which is a 1, 2, 6, 5 dice set, and he'll offset them like this. So that way they're not in line at all. And what I'll do is I'll grab them on the sides. We'll use an ice tongue grip, and I'm going to throw them down a table this direction, so that way they hopefully bounce off and get an imperfect shot, is how Alfredo explains it. An imperfect shot. So all 7 set, we got all bets set and dice out. And if you ever watch Arnell throw, he throws it similar to this, but he'll throw it into that hook. And we have a 628 Duracell 8, so 8 will be our point. And we get back on the KPI, so that way it records. So 628. There we go. Good. Again, we'll go 1, 2. That was a primary hit, by the way. No, it was not. That was a single pitch. So I don't want to see that. Single pitch. Primary hit would be a bad number for us. We want to get it off of that normal. We're going to go 96 across here. Let's go 96 across. So it's still $15 level. And we're going to call that all bets set here in just a couple seconds. Make sure you press that button on Crapsee so we can have some consistency in our rolling here. We are at 23 likes on YouTube. I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me along the way here, and as well as the other channels as we've gone forward here. Let's go all bets set and dice out. TST, top secret throw. And we got 235 Justice 5. So let's see what we can do with our bets here. That's $21 brought back to the rack. Let's drop in nothing. Let's pressure the outside 1 unit each. So we'll go $20 on a 4, 5, 9, and 10. We'll keep that 6 at 24. I don't know how that 6 got to 24. I don't understand that. I probably hit the wrong button. So let's bring that 6 back down to $18. So now we have $123 on the table with that ATS bet. Again, we're going to go 1, 2, 6, 5. We'll offset them. And we'll call it all bet set. Dice out. Yeah, we got 3, 4, 7. Like I said, the TST has not been friendly to Joe. So we're going to go one more shooter. This will be our last shooter coming up. We are going to go with my normal throw, Uri style grip. We'll go and we'll actually try to make a profit off of this one here. So we're still up for the day. We're still up $216 from the start of the day. Again, this last 2, 3 shooters here have not been successful, basically because we're doing something a little bit different than what we were doing in the beginning. So we're going to go back to what we were doing in the beginning. Go back to the 3, 2, 3, 6 dice set. We'll use our Uri style grip, shooting from stick left 1. And make sure you send it through. There you go. Thank you, MT Dora. Good. Perfect. So we're going to go back $25 pass line, but we're going to go 555 on the ATS. Let's see if we can hit that ATS this time. We're going to go with a $4 craps check. 3, 2, 3, 6 is the dice set. And we will go all bets set here. Press that button so we can get going. And we're going to make this the last shooter for the night. Excuse me. Again, guys, go out and spread the word about all the different people that are in the craps community that are putting out really good content here. People that are, put that through again, Uncle Hoku again. People that are putting out the good content, that are putting out strategies and throwing suggestions that actually stand the test of time and that are actually profitable to you guys. People like Alfredo, people like John from Casino Game TV, people like Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps. These are the people that are out there daily putting out videos, showing people how the real world actually works with craps. So, dice out. And we're going to start off with a 3-3-6, the hard 6, the double D-gen. That is a primary top hit. So 3-3-6 will be our point. Again, we're going to go 160 across. $25 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10, 30 on the 8, $25 pass line bet. Again, we're going to go 3, 2, 3, 6. And let's keep it going. Let's go all bets set here. We're going to be going a little bit faster with Crapsee, so press that button a little bit sooner here. And here we go. Dice out. And hopefully soon the new version of Crapsee will be coming out here. And we got a 5-1-6, the KitchenAid mixer. That right one hit off the back wall and did roll off a little ways further than I would like to see it go. I would like to see it end within an inch or two from that back wall. So hopefully we can miss those landmines. And if you haven't been following along with me, in the past, I used to have my landing zone way up in here, about 1 inch to 3 inches away from the back wall, so they would come up and slightly bounce up and then bounce down. I have since moved my landing zone back a little ways to hopefully miss a lot of those landmines. And what I'm finding is my dice will bounce over the top of them and they come to rest near the back wall. So that was a Buckshot Slim, the Buckeye Buckshot, coming to you from CMJ Level Up Program Table in the Dungeon of Wisconsin. So we're going to stick with the $25 pass line bet. We're going to go $4 craps check. Again, we're going to go 3, 2, 3, 6. Actually, we're going to rhythm roll it this time. So we're going to go 3-5-3-1 this time. 3-5-3-1. And we'll go all bet set. Dice out. Ooh, dice landed. They crossed. Neither one of them hit the back wall. They pretty much died. We're on 8. 5-3-8. Great 8. You know, what's weird for me is when I'm actually at the casino and I'm hearing the dice calls and I'm thinking in my mind, they should be saying the Great 8 or the Alfredo sauce or the Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. I'm waiting for all these dice calls to come on. I'm almost ready to announce it out loud for them, but somehow it doesn't work. We're going to take that $30 off the 8. We're going to put it over on the 6. And everything should be set here. Actually, no. Let's do 1 unit of cross pressure. So we're going to have $30 on the 4, 5, and 9 and 10. We have 36 on that 6. Let's go $15 in pass line odds. Take one more hit here, and then we'll bring our bets down. We'll take 2 hits, I think, hopefully. So all bets set here. And we got a 6-5-6-3 dice set. Dice out. Really short in that landing zone. We have OMC craps, all the dots and all the spots. Midnight. So we got a bookend. We got a bookend, getting the hard shit out of the way. That was a terrible mechanical throw there. 3-2-3-6 is what we're going to go to. So we need to work on getting that landing zone and getting the dice to the back wall. I do want them to hit the back wall. So that bet, other than the ATS, does nothing for me. So we roll number 5 coming up. Remember, 3-5, 3-6, 3-7. 3-5 is my butter and bread zone. So if we can get a nice hit here, we can maybe come down with whatever money profit that we have, so we're out of the shooter. So Alfredo's going to be live with Uncle Mel, and that is soon at 10:30. 10:30 coming up here. So in about 55 minutes, about 50 to 55 minutes, Alfredo, jump over with him. He's going to be at kick.com/AlfredoTCS or on YouTube at the Texas Craps Shooters YouTube channel. So Uncle Mel is from Craps, Hawaii, everyone. So make sure you check them out tonight as soon as you're done with me. And we'll go all bet set. Thanks for the compliment, Alfredo. Dice out. And we got a 6-2-8 Duracell 8. So we're definitely hitting numbers, repeatable numbers. That's a different dice set that time, though. So we got another kind of a buckshot. But 6-8, so we hit that point again. I'm glad I put a little bit of odds on there, so that's going to bring us up a little bit on our bets, up to $60. So we're going to keep $25 pass line bet. We're going to keep $3 craps check. The ATS is still intact. We've only hit 3 numbers out of 5 rolls. So roll the dice back towards 6 on the inside, 2 on the inside, 3V in the bottom, 4-6, 4-2. 12 people playing along with Crapsee yet. We're down to 15 people watching on YouTube right now. People have kind of gone away a little bit as we've gone through the live stream. We have been live streaming for 2 hours and 8 minutes, 2 hours and 9 minutes so far. So that's twice as long as my normal show. If you guys don't watch my normal show, I do normally go live Monday through Friday morning Central Time at 8 o'clock Central Time. And I usually am done by 9 o'clock, so that way John can do his coffee, his daily paycheck, and then follow that up with his daily coffee run show. So we'll go all bet set here, and looking for a new point. 4-6-4-2. Dice out. And we have a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So that craps check protected us on that one. Probably help if I took both dice with me. So that's going to be one more leg of that ATS bet for us. So we'll roll this dice back towards us. We got 2 on the inside. We got a 1 on the inside, 3V on the bottom. 4-2, 4-1 is the dice set. Again, we're going to go back up with that $25 pass line bet. We have $56 brought back to the rack. We'll go all bets set here. And dice out, 4-2, 4-1. Dice crossed on me, but we have a 5-4-9. This is the hard 9, Big Mac. So 9 is our point. We're going to take that $30 off the 9. We're going to move it over to the 6, make it look like $36. And we're going to put $15 in pass line odds out there. Take the dice, roll them back towards us. 4 on the inside, 5 on the inside, cross 6 on the bottom. We have a 1-5-1-4 dice set. Make sure you press that button. Any more questions out there for me, guys? If you have any more questions, things you want to know, inquiring minds want to know about Joe Jonas. Yes, I am the original Joe Jonas. I'm still waiting for my royalty checks to come in. Mike says, Joe, are you happy that Old Style is back at lacrosse? And man, I didn't know that Old Style is back at lacrosse. That is cool. Here's a little FYI about me. I went to college in lacrosse. I went to the UW lacrosse for 5 years. I graduated in 1993 from lacrosse with a sports management degree. So I went there for 5 years. I did an internship in Milwaukee at the Milwaukee Athletic Club as well as the Wisconsin Sports Authority during my last semester in college. So I have a 5-year degree in sports management, which I used for quite a few years, and I have not used it since. The last 15 years, I've not used it. Great degree, just a bad area to have that degree in. So I'll bet set here, dice out. Buckeye Slim is back. So we're back to our normal toss, Buckeye. The last 3 shooters have been either the Yuri dribble or the TST or something different than the norm. And we have another Ace Deuce Alfredo sauce. 1, 2, 3. That's been a hot number tonight. That does nothing for our bets. Our ATS number was hit there already. 3-1-3-2 is the next dice set. It's upside down 3V on the top. And again, we're going to keep our bets the same as what they are right now. So craps is considered a sport in Hawaii according to EF. EF, that's where you're from, right? Hey, Jen, how you doing? Welcome to the show. It is a 2-hour show tonight. This is our last shooter, but it's a 2-hour show because this is a thank you to you guys for helping support me along my journey and along the almost 3 years that I've been doing this YouTube channel. We hit the 2,000 subscriber mark this morning, last night while I was at work. So I did a screenshot of that. I posted it, and Jen did make a comment on that today. So we'll go all bet set here. And Alfredo says the 3 is trending. So we'll have to let John know that 3 is trending. The 5 was trending for a while there. Dice out. Dice jumped and they crossed, and we are on the opposite side of that 3 right now. We have the 5-6 mid-bow yo. There's Chiro coming to us from above. So we're throwing a bunch of rubbish numbers, but they are numbers that are needed for that ATS. So we got one step closer to hitting that tall. We have just a 10 left. We got Demon Dog Chris checking in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Level Up on a PM night. So 6 on the inside, we'll go 5 on the inside. We got a 3V in the bottom, 4, 5, 4, 6. So Demon Dog, if you didn't check it out last night, Alfredo Show had an amazing roll last night. I believe he hit the ATS. Really good roll. He was doing well. And then today he bombed it. I lost a lot of money on Alfredo Show with Chris today. But hey, got to take the good with the bad, right? So we'll go all bet set here. Dice out. 4, 5, 4, 6 is the dice set. And we got a 5, 2, 7. Ouch. So the roll does come to an end. That was one of those, guys, where you grab the dice and you almost knew it was coming. And I don't know why you get that gut feeling sometimes. I should have put my bets down, but I didn't. So we lost a little bit of money off of that one. But hey, let's go through our statistics for the day. And I also have my brown belt statistics. I know this is not about the brown belt here going forward, but we had 4 decent shooters today. We have 4 of them in the double digits there, 3 not so good ones, and 2 of those 3 were shooters that were not normal throws. I did the Yuri dribble, and then I did the TTST one, all that stuff. But we ended up with a 10.4 SRR for the night, a 9.1 SRR with only 1 come out 7. All of our box numbers and instant numbers were about expected. 4s and 10s were high tonight. Come out 7s are low. Horns and fields are high. Hardways are low. It showed a dark side play, which I completely disagree with that. I should take that dial off of the screen. I don't know why it does that. But anyhow, let's go to our brown belt statistics. And this is through the end of Friday, through the end of Friday's throws. So on brown belt, we're up to 4,249 throws with an SOR of 9.61 and an SRR of 6.84. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what we do in the daily show in the morning with the level up show. It is at the brown belt level. And then we are going to be going to the black belt hopefully within the next few weeks, as soon as I get the curriculum together and I get the everything working for that. I know that we were going to go 100 rolls tonight, guys, but we're going to end it there simply because, oh man, I think my computer's dying for my Crapsee, but anyhow, simply because of the length of the roll and the time that we've gone live tonight. Again, huge thank you to everybody out there for helping me get to that 2,000 sub level. Hopefully the next 1,000 to 2,000 come a lot faster, and it's a lot more rewarding for us along the way. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Everybody have a great, safe rest of your weekend. Be safe and be prosperous.